Hello everyone, let's check out the Daily Dominion. So this is Hinterlands, right? I believe, yes. No trashing. Stables and Guard Dog are the only draw. Berserkers, of course, could be a very strong card. Although there's discard synergies with Tunnel and Weaver. Cartographer also has some discard synergies. I say no trashing. There is farmland to sort of upgrade trash stuff. We probably want to hit 6 often. There isn't too much. Well, Oasis can also give some discard synergies with Tunnel and Weaver. There aren't. I guess maybe hitting 6 isn't terribly important. It's always nice to, right? You get the Border Village, you get a free card with it. You can Border Village farmland, farmland Border Village into province. But there aren't many strong terminals. I mean, the Weaver you prefer to activate off of discarding, and so the only terminals are Berserker, Guard Dog. But we still probably want to hit a high price point quickly. Is there any plus buy? I don't think so. So there's no plus buy. So the gains from Weaver might be nice. Weaver gaining silvers give fuel for farmland, trash silver into a 5, something like that maybe. Is there any way to activate the bonus off of Guard Dog? We can make our hands smaller with something like Oasis, or just play some Border Villages, play some Weavers. That seems like a bit of a kind of a struggle to get towards. There's also the potential, if we have Guard Dog in hand, do not react it to Berserker, and then it'll draw a whole bunch more. Yeah, I'm not sure. Another thing I could see being possible here is pick up a couple of golds from discarding a tunnel, and then we farmland golds into provinces. But stables is also like a weird type of draw. It's in some ways not terribly consistent. So pairing it, the discard attack becomes stronger. Although we're not getting rid of our treasures, so if we can get a lot of stables, maybe it'll actually be perfectly fine as draw. Given that we're not getting rid of our estates, I don't mind picking up an Oasis or 2, possibly even as an opening. Does it make sense to do Oasis Weaver, Oasis Silver? I'm not really sure. Once we get better, a little bit more draw, if we have an Oasis, just pick up like 1 tunnel for the golds. But the golds are not important here except for farmland fuel, right? Because there's no plus buy. I mean, maybe the other thing we work towards is like, if we have a huge number, if we have a lot of Weavers and a lot of ways to discard them with Cartographer and Oasis, then we could pile out tunnels maybe? I don't know. Single buy Kingdom with a lot of strong but not super strong things and not a huge amount of support for some of these things makes me feel uncomfortable against the AI. Might just have a repeat of yesterday's disaster. Okay, so we probably want to hit 5 quickly to start attacking with Berserker. Sometimes Berserker like even if you can play it naturally, great. If you don't get one in hand, but you can still buy another one to play it immediately. Oh, maybe I should show the kingdom. If you can, if you have enough money and an action in play to buy Berserker, sometimes you just do that. You might end up with a lot of Berserkers in hand and not a lot of action, not a lot of village to support it. And not only that, Berserker has to gain a card, and so you might end up with a lot of cards you don't want. But here we can just keep gaining things like Scheme or Silver, Oasis, Scheme, Tunnel, something that might be beneficial. So I think, I don't know what the probabilities are for things like hitting 5, hitting 6 on the first shuffle, but Oasis is as good as a Peddler. Oasis is worse than Peddler on the first shuffle with very small probability. If you play it and have all coppers in hand and have to discard. If you're discarding an estate, it doesn't matter. It's basically a Peddler. So I think I'm going to go Oasis Silver. And see where we go from there. Ooh. AI has 5-2. It's just... So what if I had a 5-2, I might go with a Stables first just to get some of that draw going. Berserker doesn't get put into play until you play it. Buying it without an action in play doesn't do anything. So I can do that to them here. What do I have down here? 5 coppers and an estate. So they have their Berserker either in hand now or next turn. So next turn I'm hitting 3, 4, or 5, depending on what I draw and depending on whether I get attacked. Let's just hit them. And maybe Scheme so that later we can just keep top decking this Berserker. I don't want to gain too many Berserkers without the village. Yeah, so we're hitting 3 again. What are we taking? Another Scheme or an Oasis. They took a Weaver. Okay, so they have some discard synergy stuff going on. I think it's too early for a Tunnel. What I need to aim for is more Stables to get some draw going. So I think maybe just a Silver. Okay, fantastic. This is about as good as it could be. I don't know what the rest of my turn is going to look like. Maybe another Scheme. I'm going to go Border Village Stables here. And with another Scheme, I can start top decking, Stables and or Berserker. I don't really know how good Scheme is though. So yeah, they're Weaver, 2 silvers, Border Village, Stables, top deck. Probably Berserker. Prevent them from hitting good price points. I can support Weaver with the actions. I do have some discard stuff happening. Again, I want to get more draw up first before I start adding stuff like this, so maybe just another... Could be another Silver. And just pick up as many Stables as possible. I might take one more Oasis. Hmm. It's a little bit unfortunate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I have a lot of schemes going on, I can very consistently top deck. Well, you don't want to top deck too many stables because you need a treasure. You need to see a treasure. But like this hand, I will top deck stables berserker. And I'm going to buy, again, Border Village Stables. I could... How much money do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... Yeah, I'll buy Border Village Stables again. Let's go Stables, Berserker. They don't have any draw yet. They've just got... Yeah, so I mean, we do have to worry, pay attention a little bit to these tunnels getting drained. Doesn't matter a huge amount triggering a shuffle, given that I can top deck stables, but this is a lot of my action economy here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I also don't want them to get too far ahead on points. I don't really need the border village. So maybe now I make the move to farmland it into a province. But then that'll put us I'll take the lead in that case. But adding some bad cards to my deck. Farmland, border village to province, and what am I gaining off of Berserker? Weaver? Scheme? Tunnel? I don't know. I think that's what I'm going to do. I don't have any... I don't actually have any discard synergy stuff yet. I wish I had more stables. They are going to just gain out all the tunnels. That's going to be their goal. So if I stop them from doing that at least, it's a little bit of a point swing. I have quite a few Oasis to discard these. I know gold isn't necessarily the best thing in this kingdom, but at least it's a farmland target. Scheme the stables. and a Berserker. Yeah, so they are really resorting now to emergency points, basically. So do I want this gold? Probably. Might help me spike up the provinces, or yeah. And maybe I take a tunnel and a stables. They took another gold, yeah. Maybe I should worry about just getting points at this time, though. I'm going to take one more stables, and then my gains are going to be towards VP. Put the stables, Berserker. Maybe, no, I kind of had to play that. So what do I have here? 5. Get farmland oasis into duchy. Probably not. No, wait, I don't have enough money yet. Okay, so we can do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Have I even shuffled that gold in yet? I don't know. If I scheme here, what am I? Like, I think this is Berserker gain tunnel, buy farmland, trash scheme into duchy. And then I can top deck stables Berserker. I'm ruining my deck, but I think I still have. If I keep these Berserker attacks up, the AI is never going to hit a high price point. They just don't have. They've got so many victory cards. They do have quite a few goals. Well, they've got 2 goals. I'm going to do that. Okay, they did not have a discard thing going on. That's good. We'll take a duchy. Maybe, ooh, hold on. If I take a Berserker, I can gain the last tunnel. And then where are their points coming from? Are they going to ever hit 5? Tunnel, but then what do we need to pile on something. I kind of feel like doing it. Plus I'm not going to be able to keep this scheme business up forever. So having a second Berserker somewhere to keep the attack up might be all right. I don't know if that's a good move. Stables, Berserker. They're going to gain an estate here probably. Oh, a scheme. Yeah, so they're sort of just. Well, we're not in a very good situation here either. Double estate. Yeah, so I can't. I'm not scheming my Berserker anymore, but. I am attacking them, so they're not going to hit a high price point. And their main source of points from now on is going to be estates. What do I play first? They discarded a Berserker, so I'm not getting attacked this turn. Oh wow, they took province. Okay. Five. I feel like I just need to work on emptying piles here. So I could farmland copper into a state. That gives me 1, 2, 3 points. Lowers that pile. And then, you know, start taking schemes and estates, and hopefully they just can't catch up. Ooh, I didn't attack them though. So maybe I even do something like, here we go, farmland tunnel into Berserker. That's even on points. The Berserker attacks them, gain an estate. So I only net 1 point, but I get the attack in. I feel like the attack is actually going to be important. They're at a point where they can start to afford provinces. And we will top deck a stables. Weaver for the estate makes sense. Copper. I don't know if I really want another gold. Screw it, let's take it. Let's have some fun. I need to put the stables in play to, I want to buy a scheme. But do I risk drawing 3 cards without any money? I would love to, I think I do in case I get a Berserker. Ooh, there we go. So good. Berserker, so how could they win if I empty 2 schemes? They would need to Berserker for a scheme or Weaver for a scheme, and also buy farmland, trash gold into province. I'm just going to take the risk. I'm taking the risk. Let's put in a stables, Berserker, and an oasis. Okay. Yeah, I guess it decided it wasn't gonna come back. Yeah, I don't know if what I did here is really terribly good. The one thing that did work out quite well for me was constantly top decking. There were so many turns in a row where I was able to top deck a stables and a Berserker. And so we kept the attack up consistently without loading too many Berserkers into the deck. I don't think I ever had terminal collision in this game. I mean, look how big my deck is. So yeah, it kind of worked out, I guess. I don't think I felt like the draw just wasn't quite strong enough to get a really good amount of Weaver discarding gains in. But, you know, I'm sure some people that also post videos, they might have games where they load up on Stables, Oasis, and Weaver and just empty these piles super quickly. We saw even the AI got like what looked like a pretty good lead on just Weaver tunnel stuff. Did I ever get a Weaver? I don't think I did. Yeah, that might be a mistake, never getting a Weaver. They had all 3 of them. Yeah, they took quite a big lead at some point getting the tunnels because they were playing the Weaver off of my Berserker quite a bit. 4 tunnels, I had 3. I trashed one at some point. Yeah, but okay, nothing too crazy. Not really an engine. Never able to draw. But you know, I think the MVP here was scheming Stables Berserker. and consistently having some draw and the attack. Yeah, fun. See you tomorrow.